You started off this whole segment by saying the LA Dodgers are still firmly on top. I would argue it's not as firm as it once was. Right now, 3 games back, you got the Diamondbacks, you got the Padres. Both of those teams are surging right now. 8-2 in their last 10. Meanwhile, the LA Dodgers, they're 4-6. They're dropping games. Arizona, San Diego, they're picking them up. And I look over at some of the team statistics right now, and both of them. In the last 30 days, you got the Arizona Diamondbacks, who, offensively speaking, are going fucking balls to the wall here. They are ranked 2nd in baseball in offense. But then looking over at the pitching staff, you got the San Diego Padres, who are ranked 3rd in baseball in the last 30 days. So both of those two squads right now are doing one thing really, really well, and they are surging up the standings. Who do you like right now in this NL West?
Right before I tell you that, to complement that, on the other side of things, LA Dodgers, 18th in offense, and then their pitching has not been very good. 27th in the last 30 days as well.
That's weird, man.
Dude, that's why they had to go out and get a Jack Flaherty, because they were just so brutal.
I'm going to look this up right now, but how much money do they put into their goddamn pitching staff? It's got to be stupid, and if you are down there, that is a gross failure. I know that there's a lot of injuries and you can't deal with that, injuries. But for the amount of money that you spend, it's just got to be better than that.
It's one of those things where it's you're paying for a championship team, and then eventually your luck wears out. It has been working, and eventually you're going to run into injuries, you're going to run into underperformances, and then your team's going to falter. But granted, they are still first right now. You asked me, who do I like in that NL West? Honestly, looking over, because you said the Padres were really high on the pitching side of things, they're also really high on the offensive side of things, too. They're 5th in baseball in OPS in the last 30 days. They're starting to cook. Xander Bogaerts is starting to cook. I'm on the Padres a little bit right now. Arizona Diamondbacks, I still see them as that, Cinderella story. I think they could still catch lightning in a bottle, but I feel like the Padres have been hiding a little bit in the shadows. They've been waiting to come back. And do I think that they're going to take over the division lead? It's hard to say. I feel like the Dodgers can't. I feel like it's just one of those things where I feel like the Dodgers just cannot lose the division based on their roster.
Well, I'll tell you something that might make you feel a little bit better about that pick, actually, the Padres. I was looking at the strength of schedule remaining. This was last updated yesterday, so it's pretty accurate right now. The Arizona Diamondbacks have the 5th hardest schedule remaining in the rest of MLB, so it's going to be a tough road for them. I mean, if they keep playing the way that they're doing, doesn't matter, but it will be tough. The Dodgers are right around that 15 mark, 16th, I think, actually. Yeah, so right in the middle right there. So they'll have kind of an average schedule moving forward. And the San Diego Padres have the 3rd easiest schedule in baseball remaining. So, they could really find their rhythm here. They could get cooking, get things moving for them. I like them a lot. I do think that, they are starting to become that squad that they thought they paid for a while ago, and now we're really seeing it. It is still going to be really tough to catch the LA Dodgers because it's just the Dodgers. But if anybody's got a chance to do it, I do think it's the Padres. Now, one thing about the Dodgers to note, this is actually freaking insane. So their total payroll, over the course of the whole year, is $238 million. A lot. On their injured list right now, they have $86.6 million. That's how much money they're paying for their injured list. So these are guys that are not even contributing right now to their team. They're paying $130 for their active roster, almost $90 for their injured list. That is insanity that they're almost paying the same amount for their injured list as their active roster right now.
Hilarious.
$90 million. Dude. Mookie Betts, Chris Taylor, Max Muncy, Yamamoto, Walker Buehler, the list goes on and on and on.
It's the same thing that happened with the Mets when they had that monster offseason. Not the same thing because the Mets actually fumbled right after they made all those moves, but it's everyone looks around like you went out and had a big offseason. Now it's sucks to suck. You spent all this money, now the guys are getting hurt, and it's It's as a non-Dodger fan, you go you secretly love it. Not you want to wish injuries, but you secretly love the downfall and the failure of buying a winning team.
Oh, of course, man.
You know?
I mean, I'm always rooting the underdogs on. I think we all secretly are. You know, if you're an LA fan, obviously this is the worst case scenario. But, you know, the fact that you are paying $90 million for your injured list and you are still number one in the division just goes to show, like, how much depth and, you know, how wealthy you guys actually are. Because, you know, if any other squad in MLB had $90 million go to their injured list, that's it. That's game over, you know. Like, that's
man.
Your whole fucking roster is dead in the water right now. The only team that can get away with that is the Dodgers. That's the only squad. Maybe the New York Yankees, but probably not even them.
Wow, yeah, dude, it's wild. Like I'm looking at their pitching staff too. It's like Gavin Stone sucks. He has the most innings pitched in the last 30 days. Tyler Glasnow's bad at 4 ERA. That's bad for him. They've had a couple like pop-off guys, like River Ryan's got a 1.72 in the pitching staff. Who's Brent Honeywell that has a 2.20 ERA? Like they're just band-aiding this right now, and everybody else is just kind of struggling pretty bad. So we'll see what happens. Who do you got for the division?
You know, I want to say the Padres are gonna somehow pull this off, but I mean it is really tough to bet against the LA Dodgers because once they do start getting some of those guys back, I don't know how you can bet against them. I mean, they probably have the MVP at this point in the National League. So I'm still going to go Dodgers, but I hope that the Padres make it close.